got to the point where I couldn't do an interview to promote a show I was doing without them going, yeah, that sounds great. Tell me about your son and that relationship. And it happened so much that Johnny and I started thinking, people like this, is there a show there somehow? And we thought of a lot of different iterations. And finally, what we settled on was Unstable. And it's based around our relationship as told through the eyes of, a megalomaniac, slightly on the spectrum, sweet-natured tech billionaire who's really trying to change the world, and the son who's really trying to get out of his shadow.
Hey, Rob, how you doing?
What's going on?
Thank you so much for being here.
Happy to do it. I'm excited.
Congratulations to you and your son and the entire team on the show.
It's a big day here for the Unstable team.
Yeah, it's great to have it coming out into the world. We got to ask, where did the show start with you guys?
Well, John Owen started trolling me on my Instagram and on Twitter, just to bust my chops, as young sons want to do with their dads. And people started paying attention to it and sort of caught on, and got to the point where I couldn't do an interview to promote a show I was doing without them going, yeah, that sounds great. Tell me about your son and that relationship. And it happened so much that Johnny and I started thinking, people like this, is there a show there somehow? And we thought of a lot of different iterations. And finally, what we settled on was Unstable. And it's based around our relationship as told through the eyes of, a megalomaniac, slightly on the spectrum, sweet-natured tech billionaire who's really trying to change the world, and the son who's really trying to get out of his shadow.
You guys have a fantastic relationship in the show and obviously in real life as well, but we got to ask, what's the best and worst part about working with your son?
I think the best part is continuing to do what I love to do as a dad, which is teach and guide him through what it means to be in a show, what it means to carry a show as an actor, to how to behave in an editing room. What do you do in the writer's room? How do you deal with the Netflix executives? All of the things that, over the years of my career, I get to impart to him, both either just literally or having him observe it. I really love that. I love spending time with him. And in terms of the difficult thing is like when he keeps me waiting, as he did today.
Yes.
I mean, he is the only one in the world where I would not have gone crazy. I'm like, I'm in my thing. I'm ready to go. And John Owen's waiting to get his shirt pressed. You have to be kidding me.
Well, we're talking to him in a few minutes. What do you think his answer would be about the worst part about working with you?
If you can get him to answer a question seriously, my hat will be off to you, because
Okay.
I know what he will say as a bit. He just will not stop. He's relentless. He's like a buzzsaw of giving me crap. So it'll be good if you get a good answer out of him.
Okay.
Awesome.
Well, that's our goal for
That's our
the next
goal.
interview. Rob, we got to tell you as well, The Outsiders is a book that we first read when we were in 8th grade and became obsessed with the movie then after. Are you surprised how popular the film has stayed after all of these years?
Totally. I mean, it was always a book that kids read and knew about, but as you mentioned, over the years, it's become required reading in almost every curriculum of every elementary school. It's 7th or 8th grade. You have to read it, and then you have to see the movie. And just selfishly, what is amazing about that is it introduces my work and who I am and what I'm about to a new audience of 7th graders. For a 59-year-old actor, to have 7th graders suddenly be interested is a dream come true. And that's one way to get career longevity. I can tell you that.
I love it. And honestly, we're not just saying this. You look the exact same. It's kind of scary that you have not changed in all of this time.
You look older than you.
Thank you. I'm trying to stay gold, as they say. Right?
Now, if you could own the invisibility cloak in the show, what's the first thing you would use it for?
Ooh, well, what I think of when you ask me that question is, where was the invisibility cloak when I needed it? But I think the invisibility cloak now would be to sit in on like a network meeting about what shows they're going to put on the air. That would be super, it's always so mysterious what they do and what they don't do. That's what I would use as a producer today.
Absolutely.
I love that. Rob, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations to you and the entire team again. And we're looking forward for everyone to check it out.
Thanks. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you both so much for sharing your time with us on the Movie Podcast today. And congratulations on the show.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now we'll go right into it. John Owen, you've worked with your dad multiple times in front of him, behind the camera. What's the best part about working with him? And what's the worst part about working with him?
The best part about working with him is that I get to go home at night, and no, I'm kidding. No, the best part is that he's really good at what he does. He elevates a project, and so I'm grateful that I get to be a part of it with him. And the worst part, probably how long it takes for him to do his hair, and that's not the team that works on it is incredibly talented and patient with him. I'm more so talking about how long it takes him to grow comfortable with whatever hairstyle it is that he does.
You guys were nodding then, like you had a bet about this.
Yes.
No.
In a way. So
Like,
we asked.
knew that guy had.
She saw our eyes light up.
All right. We asked Rob the same question, and he had a very similar answer about you, Jono, and that's why. So it's funny that you guys have the same answer about each other in a way.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
He's been jacking my style since speaking
Since you were born, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
Sean, your character Anna starts off pretty serious in the show, but eventually begins to embrace the fun side and the madness of Ellis. What was it like for you to open her character up over the season?
Oh, so much fun. I think we really started to, when you're making a new show like this, it's, it does take a minute to sort of to find characters and find what the show actually is and the energy of the show. And we did really find that the further we went and sort of the zanier things got, that it just felt stronger and right for the show and to push these characters a bit more and stretch them into a more like, I don't think they're cartoonish, but like definitely Anna gets quite extreme, and especially Ellis by the end. Oh my god. So yeah, that was so much fun, and that's also just credit to the writers for seeing who was in front of them and playing to those strengths, writing to those strengths. And yeah, it was a very collaborative, awesome process. So it was really, really fun.
Now, there's some really cool technology in the show, some really cool inventions, and I have to ask both of you, if you had an invisibility cloak, what's the first thing you're doing with it?
Oh, that's a cool question.
That is a good question.
I am probably like trying to use it to sneak onto the set of Vanderpump, or like maybe like a Real Housewives reunion, and just be a fly on the wall there.
I love that.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know. I
should have said like Succession or something.
I was going to say Severance. Actually.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
A set of Severance, and then you could like, if it shimmered or something, you would be literally part of like the tension in the wallpaper.
Can I tell you something?
Oh yeah.
That the Housewives reunion would be more interesting than the set of Severance.
That's true. Actually,
You may get some drinks thrown at you though. That's the only thing.
I'm there for it. That's why I'm there.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again so much for taking the time with us today. We absolutely love the show, and we can't wait for everyone to see it. So have a great rest of your day, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate that.